What's up everybody, and welcome back to Legit Whiskey Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing a Midwinter Nights Dram. This is Act 10, Scene 2. So this one comes in at 49.3% ABV, so that's 98.6 proof. Alright, so finally after a couple years of searching, I found a bottle of the Midwinter Nights Dram. For the last couple years, I just haven't seen it in my area anywhere, and then this year I just happened to walk into my liquor store, and the owners, they had them behind the counters, and they saved one for me, so I was happy. They let me know they had it, so I had to pick it up. I have been looking for it for, like I said, for like 2 years. I did try about 2 years ago. I tried I think it was Act 8. That's the one I believe that I tried. But yeah, I never been able to find the bottle, and I got lucky, found the bottle, and I picked it up. So as far as this one, this comes from the High West Distillery in Utah, and this is a limited release, so they release it every year around the fall time, October, November, and this is the 10th release. So the Act 10, that's the 10th release, so yearly release, so this is the 10th year they released it. And then the scene, I said Scene 2, that doesn't really matter. They're all the same. It's just the scene just means what day it was bottled in. So mine was bottled on the second day of bottling, since they can't bottle everything on the same day, obviously, because it's a lot. So they have Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. I'm not sure how many acts they have, but just different days of bottling, but they're all the same whiskey. So this is a blend of rye whiskeys, and then it's finished in port wine barrels. So basically this is this one here, the rendezvous rye, and then they finish it in port. So that's what that is. But I'm super excited to get into this one, and yeah, let's get into it. And happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, so this is just a little special release that I did for you guys on Wednesday today. So let's get into this. On the nose, by the way, the color on this is super dark. You can tell it's finished in something, and yeah, you can definitely tell this is a finished rye. And by the way, the reason I've been looking for this for over 2 years, not only because it's a limited release, but also because it's a finished rye, and I'm a big fan of finished ryes. I think right now, probably the last 6 months, has just become one of my favorite categories. Just I feel like finished ryes are better to me than just finished bourbons. I feel like they suit my palate more as far as finished ryes opposed to finished bourbon. I just like finished ryes. I feel like it adds an extra layer to the rye. But yeah, on the nose, I'm getting a ton of raisins. Yeah, a lot of raisin, a lot of spice. This is pretty spicy. I'm getting like a grape note. There's a lot of grape in here also. Cinnamon. There's a note in here that I want to say it's like nutmeg almost. There's a little bit of oak here. There's a lot of sweetness coming through. But yeah, this is a really, really good nose, because not only does it smell sweet, and you can tell that it's finished in some type of port or whatever, so you can tell it's finished, you can tell it's a rye, but it's not only sweet. I'm not only getting sweet notes, but I'm also getting the spice coming through, which I love, you know. Sometimes when it's overly done, you don't get too much of anything else other than like what it's finished in. But this one, I feel like it's perfect as far as the nose. Yeah, this is nice. All right, let's go to the palate. Cheers. I feel like everything that I mentioned on the nose transferred to the palate. I feel like I'm getting more cinnamon on the palate. There's plenty of sweetness here. A lot of raisins still. I feel like I got the grape note more on the nose than the palate. There's a little bit of maybe like a caramel note. And then I feel like my favorite part of this whiskey here is the finish. I feel like the finish just goes on forever. It lingers, it's spicy, it's sweet. Just overall like a great rye whiskey. This one's definitely gonna be in the running for my top whiskeys of the year. It's that good. I'm just kind of hesitant to put it on the list because it's so hard to find and not everybody's gonna get a chance to pick this up. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant about it. But already just my time spent with this, I've had it for a little while now. I just wanted to give it some time to open up before I actually did a review on this. But so far, yeah, it's been great. I feel like this is better than the Act 8 that I tried a few years ago. To me, in my opinion, it just feels like it's gotten consistently better every year. So let's try it again. Yeah, also, I feel like the more you just let it sit and open up just in the glass, I feel like it gets sweeter, but it also like opens up and like changes something that you didn't pick up before, you might pick up again when you go back on the nose. So I really like that about it. Yeah, there's a lot of raisin here. So raisin, spicy, caramel, oak, just a tad of oak, not too much oak. A lot of cinnamon. Yeah, this is nice. Let's go at it again. I really like this because it's staying consistent. It's not really changing on the palate. Like I've mentioned before in some other reviews, sometimes when I go back to a whiskey the second and third time, it changes. It's not as flavorful as it was on the first sip. But I feel like with this one, this is another one that's not really changing. It's staying consistent as far as the flavors I got on the first sip. The second sip, exactly the same. Just a ton of raisin, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of caramel, and then just that spicy finish is like I said, it's my favorite part of the rye here. It's just so spicy, not overly spicy, but just like a good spicy long finish, and that's what I really enjoy in a rye or in bourbon period. Just something spicy, lingering finish, but then with a good sweetness up front and mid palate. Just overall, this is an excellent job. To me, it's way better than the one I had tried, the sample I had tried before, the Act 8. In my opinion, it's superior to that. But I couldn't tell you for sure because I didn't have a whole bottle. I just tried a sample of it. But from what I remember, it's better than Act 8. I didn't try last year's. So yeah, overall, even though the price has gone up this year for this, I feel like overall, this is a win. In my opinion, I wouldn't like overpay for this. I wouldn't like go to secondary, and I wouldn't like, if you see it at a store and it's like jacked up way high, I would not overpay for this. I feel like even what it's priced for, I would be more comfortable if it was lower as far as the price. But overall, I feel like if you see it and it's at retail, pick it up because you're gonna enjoy, especially if you enjoy a good spicy rye with sweetness in it. I feel like this is this is something that a rye drinker is gonna enjoy. So if you guys like my content, remember to smash that like button. Remember to subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving, and keep it legit and do it for the love of whiskey. Cheers.